Well, if this is your first marathon and you're running a Brighton Marathon for the first time, I'd say straight away, get yourself onto the Run Brighton and Brighton Marathon websites. Have a look at all the different types of training we're advising. There's some beginners training schedules on there, lots of top tips relating to not getting stressed about your training. You know, you really do only need to probably run 3 times a week. You haven't got to be running 7 times a week, twice a day, nothing like that. 3 runs a week, a long run that gradually progresses. That can be walk running as well, of course. You could be doing 5 minutes walking briskly, 5 minutes running at a conversational pace and alternating all the way through for your long runs and gradually doing longer running sections. Then another run in a week that I would do out of those 3 would be something that's got threshold running in. Threshold running is 3 or 4 word controlled discomfort. It's 3 or 4 word answer pace. So with threshold running, you want to be looking at getting out and perhaps warming up for 10, 15 minutes of gentle running and then putting in a 5 to 10 minute block of running at threshold. Continuous effort, 3 or 4 word answer pace. Maybe repeating that 2 or 3 times, and by the end of a 60-minute run, you've done 3 by 10 minutes at threshold. But that might start in the early weeks at 3 by 4 minutes, 3 by 5 minutes, 4 by 6 minutes, 5 by 5, and just build up. I think the third run of the week's interesting. That ought to be really a run you do before breakfast. Perhaps it's a run that the alarm clock goes, you have a little cup of coffee, a glass of juice, something to hydrate, and then out the door, running really easy, but just teaching the body to run, using a little bit more of your stored fats and just running early in the morning to get that metabolism going and running nice and relaxed. The third run could be a second threshold session. It could be a marathon pace run. There are other things you could do, but 3 runs a week is enough. Anything more than 3 is a bonus, but don't do more than 3 or 4 if that's the ones that get you injured. I would also look at some cross training, getting in the gym, swimming, going on the spin bike, the watt bike, going onto the cross trainer, doing some rowing. All of these sort of things, your heart doesn't know the difference between going for a run and actually getting fitter and stronger. So do some of your training, cross training, and getting stronger along the way. Do some conditioning work. You'll see some of our top exercises on there: finger crusher, 1-leg squats, the plank, bridging. You ought to be able to do a few press ups and stretch and stretch and stretch and get your massage. Race day, if this is the first marathon you've ever done, be realistic. Start really slowly, find your pace in the first few miles, and then run at the pace that you've kind of trained for and are familiar with. If your aim is to just get round, then why not run at the speed of chat? That should mean that you're running and able to talk to the person next to you all the time. If you're worried about covering the distance, don't try and run the whole way. Why not have a strategy of 15 minutes running and chatting, 5-minute brisk walk, and just keep repeating that all the way round. Set yourself little targets, make sure your friends and family are out at key parts of the course, and your aim is to get to 30k, this always sounds tough, but get to 30k or 20 miles in control. You'll be working, but in control. The marathon begins at 20 miles, and then your aim is to be consistent all the way home. You'll have a great time. Dedicate each mile to a friend or member of the family. Remember the training you've done, and just have an absolute ball. It'll be the best running day for sure of your life. Good luck.